April 20th, 1999, a day many people in the small town of Littleton, Colorado will never forget. Two boys, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, shoot and kill 12 students and one teacher at Columbine High School. Some people asked why would they do this, and some people answered that the fact that they played the alien shooter game Doom is why they've killed all these people. I'm here to tell you that's not the reason. People don't just start to act violently just because of gory video games. All gamers have a choice, a mindset, and they might even have ignorant parents. Former FBI profiler Greg McCrary said on History1900s.about.com in May of 2005 that violence in movies and TV and games heightens aggression for some people, but they don't cause the crime. It's how people react to them that matters. Some people are even moved to violence by the Bible. This is a great point because it explains that all individuals have a choice. Most mainstream games have choices. There is no game that forces you to make bad decisions. It is the player's choice whether or not to kill innocent people. Modern Warfare 2, released by Infinity Ward on November 10, 2009, is a great example of making a choice. This game has been getting a lot of negative press lately because of one mission in the campaign called No Russian. In the mission, you play as an undercover CIA agent working with Russian terrorists. You proceed to go into an airport and systematically execute all innocent civilians inside. However, before you start getting angry, this mission is optional. Before you even start the campaign, a notification pops up on the screen saying that there is a mission in the game that some people may find offensive. And it also asks if you would like to skip it. If you are curious, because it doesn't tell you what the mission is about, and when you start the mission you find it, you can't handle it or anything, then you can immediately bypass it by pressing the start button and pressing to skip it. It is also the individual's choice whether or not to bring the game to real life. The games don't brainwash you. Another big factor in this debate is the player's mindset before they even touch the game. Video games do not cause violent behavior. The players who exhibit this are violent and aggressive before they even touch the controller. Like I said earlier, people are quick to blame computer games on Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris's violent behavior. Did video games make kids at school make fun of them? No. Did games make them cause violent stories and eventually carry out their plans? No. They were angry and violent before they even played the game, Doom. Doom probably even helped them blow off steam more than tensed them up and made them angry. I know many people, including myself, that use video games to blow off steam after a bad day or just a long day at work. Lawrence Kuttner and Cheryl Olson, a pair of Harvard medical researchers, said in an interview with Scott Hillis from Reuters in May of 2008, what we hope people to realize is that there is no data to support the simple-minded concerns that video games cause violence. If people are acting up or are just violent in nature, they shouldn't be playing violent video games to begin with. Parents are a huge factor as well. More than once, I have been in my local GameStop and seen a parent shopping with their 7 to 10-year-old kid. More often than not, they usually leave with a game, and it's usually rated M for mature. Parents need to pay attention to what they buy for their children. It's rated mature for a reason. There's gore, there's strong language, and even sometimes there's sexual content. In an article by Victor Apand, entitled Video Games for Underage Children, he states that 83% of all adults who buy video games for children are the parents themselves. If you take a look on Wikipedia and look at the publicized incidents of video game violence, most of the offenses are committed by minors who are influenced by mature video games, which they shouldn't even been playing in the first place. Parents need to pay attention to what they buy for their children. They should also limit the amount of time that they play so they don't become addicted. As you can see, video games are not the cause of violent behavior. All players have a choice, in-game and out, a specific mindset, if they can even handle the game or not. And maybe even parents who just buy games for underage kids and don't even think twice.
You can join the enemy in a terrorist attack on an airport. And so, Jim, some people are saying, and you brought up the good thing, at what age is it appropriate? Then again, is it ever appropriate to assimilate killing people?
Well, that is a good question, and you have to decide that for yourself. I mean, we live in a world of free speech, so you can create these games. I mean, the issue, though, for violent video games, including very well-made violent video games like Call of Duty, is there's no question that there's a correlation between video game violence and screen violence and aggression in real life. The American Academy of Pediatrics just came out with a statement about that. So it really is a call on the basis of the user, and in the case of someone who's a parent of a teenager, which is this game that is it okay or not? The violence is the issue, and that's the call that you have to make, and you need to use common sense in terms of using games like this.
And John, I'll give you the final word.
It's definitely, kids definitely can pick up the game if parents buy it for them. That's the big thing. I have a buddy that works in a local retail store. He's a manager there. Group of kids came in. They all said, "Hey, we're getting we're going to get the game." He asked them if they were under 17. No, he said no to them. I mean, retailers are doing a good job right now. It's been proven time and time again.
But nonetheless, guys, if you bring a game into a house, nothing to stop an 8-year-old kid from becoming a terrorist and shooting people.
That's right.
On a video
you're not
game.
a terrorist. That's ridiculous. You're not a terrorist.
All right, John and
You're
Jim.
not really. It's pixelated violence.
It's violence.
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
John and Jim, the debate goes on. Thank you very much for joining us.
Did that seem like a fair and balanced debate to you? Unfortunately, this is what the media portrays games as. Hopefully, you will see my side of things and keep on gaming proudly. Thank you.